Hey guys, this is Tom Sullivan here with Real Talk Investing, and today I want to talk to you about cap rate. Now, cap rate is one of those equations that should be used and analyzed in most real estate deals. However, more often than not, it is not used. So what I'm going to do today is show you how to use it and why to use it. So what is a cap rate? Cap rate is also called the capitalization rate. And what it does is it takes the net operating income of a property, comparing it to the market value of the property, and in return gives you a percentage that shows you, as they call it, the cap rate of the property, which allows you to then compare different properties to find out which one can give you that best return on your investment. And it's used by a lot of real estate investors to help narrow down making decisions on what properties to move forward with. And in general, you'll see this number between 4 to 10% is what most people will say to aim for. Depending on your market, you may see numbers that can be higher than that, but you should not be going for deals lower than that, because if you are, that gives you a low chance for profit. So if you do have any type of additional expenses or any vacancies in your property, you will not be able to cover that, and then you can end up losing money on that property. So let's do an example here. We'll take two properties of different values with different rental incomes and figure out which one would give us a better cap rate and therefore may be a better property for us to invest in. So give this example. For the first property, we'll say it's worth $100,000 and is currently renting for $1,500 a month. Now, once they take into account expenses such as maintenance, or if you have a management fees, depending on if you're taking care of the lawn for them or utilities, you can include that in as well. But for this specific example, we'll say that that comes out to $500 a month. So on this property, they are making $1,000 per month on a property that costs them $100,000. Now, when you take those numbers, you'll have a net operating income of $1,000 per month, and what you have to do is multiply that by 12 months. So now we have $12,000 a year divided by $100,000, which gives us a 12% cap rate for this property. So for the second property, we'll say that this costs $150,000 or has a market value of $150,000, and the rental income is $1,800 a month. With that number, though, in this example, we'll say since it's a bigger property, the expenses will be a little bit higher, and it will be $600 per month. So at this point, we are taking a net income of $1,200 per month. And when you multiply that for 12 months, so across a year, it comes out to $14,400 are made each and every year on this property. Now, this number is larger than example number one, where we were taking in $12,000 each and every year. However, when you take the income of property number two being $14,400 and divide it by the market value of $150,000, your cap rate is only 9.6%, which is a little lower than example number one. So what does that mean? What that number shows you is that for each and every dollar you put in the deal, you're getting a better return on property number one as compared to property number two. So just because you're spending more money for a bigger property does not mean that that's the better investment. In this case, every dollar you put in, you're getting a 12% return on property number one. On the other side, with property number two, every dollar you put in, you're only getting a 9.6. So little difference in those properties, but overall, it shows you what your dollar is worth, and it allows you to try to make every single property you look at be on an even playing field, because it's hard to manage and find out which properties are the best deals when the prices that are involved and the dollar amounts that are involved, whether it's rent or expenses or the purchase price of the property, it makes it hard to get everything on the same playing field, and that's what the cap rate allows you to do. Now, with this formula, you may be wondering, what else can I do with it? So because I could find out the cap rate of a property, if you change the formula around, you could then find out what the market value of that property is. So take market value is equal to the net income of the property divided by the cap rate of the property. So if you're out searching for a home to buy and you find a property that is of interest of you, that say is bringing in $2,000 in profit per month as their net operating income, so that's $24,000 a year, you have to see what you personally want as your cap rate. Now myself, I try to go the lowest 8%, more often try to shoot for at least 10%, if not higher. So we'll just take 10% as the number to work with. If I'm making $24,000 in net profit per year and I want a 10% cap rate, the most that I can spend for this property is $240,000 to keep that number of that 10% cap rate. So this allows you to play with the formula and know what you can bid on a house. You know what the net operating income is per year. You know what you want as a cap rate. And from that, you can figure out what purchase price you're willing to pay. Now, while the cap rate can't be used for every deal and be the final decision maker, because there's a lot of other aspects to keep in mind, including the tenants, the property condition, what other expenses you'll have, the location. So there's a lot to consider. However, the cap rate can help you quickly knock out properties that aren't even worth considering and allows you to hone in and focus on those properties that do have a good chance of being set up for a nice return. So be sure to include cap rate in your calculations going forward. Use this to analyze your deals, every one that you take a look at, and that way you can narrow it down and focus on those real winners. Thanks again for watching this video showing you how you can make your real estate deals through using the equation to find your cap rate. So once again, what it is cap rate is equal to the net operating income divided by the market value of a property. Now you can also switch up this equation so you can find the market value of the property by taking the net operating income and dividing it by the cap rate you are looking for. So using this golden equation can really help you assess properties and know what you can be willing to spend in order to make sure you're still getting a good deal. So if you have not already, please subscribe to this channel, please throw a like, so that way I can continue to deliver these videos showing you how to effectively find real estate deals for yourself. So thanks again for watching and look forward to seeing you next time.